before we get started, I had a question for you.
Okay.
It's been on my mind. Actually, I was going to ask you last Thursday when we had a class, but my mind was barely working. But following your rules and how to deal with my children, and staying firm, and no means no, and you cross barriers, there's going to be consequences. I had a little run-in with my daughter, and as a form of punishment, I first started to take away one privilege, then a second privilege, and she kept pushing the button and was very stubborn and prideful. So I just said, you know what? I'm just going to make it, instead of for 1 week, for 2 weeks. And then she got very upset and started crying. And at this point, I want to know if I made the right decision or not, because I'm actually struggling with the decision I made. So should I have stayed with the punishment and the privileges taken away for 2 weeks? Or what I ended up deciding for her to do was read a book about a Jewish girl. And I thought, let me at least give her a chance to, kind of pay it off, so to speak. And I told her, if you read this book, it was about 100 pages. I will, quiz you on it. And if you do well, I will take away the punishment. So sure enough, I gave her the book. 2 hours later, she came down. She says, I'm done. I said, what do you mean you're done? It's 100 pages. She said, I'm done. I said, well, I'm going to test you. So I actually prepared. It took me 3 hours to prepare a college test because I had to read the whole book myself. And I did it so hard that I thought she was going to fail it. But she got 100%. So I ended up having to keep my word and take away the punishment. So was that the right decision? Did I cave in, or
No,
was it a mitzvah?
that's the way to go.
Okay.
But one question.
Yes.
Before you punished her, did you warn her that it's coming?
That what is coming?
The punishment.
Yes, I did.
Good. Okay. As long as she knew the deal, fine enough.
Okay.
So now she knows that you say something, you mean it.
Yes. She actually said to me, why are you doing it like so professional? Why are you doing it so nice and everything? Like I was typing it on the computer and everything. I said, because this is very dear to me, Adalia. It's very important to me. And I think she realized that I'm trying to be consistent and and taking this thing serious. So, and I think her behavior showed afterwards as well.
And the kids like it very much.
Good. I'm glad.
Tell you this much. They like it.
Very good. Thank you.
Good. So now, tonight we're going to talk tachlis. Until now, I said, do this, do that. Okay. Now I have to teach how to implement it. What we as parents have to do in order to implement it. Because now we want to change what we did until now. Yes?
Yes.
After what you heard here, hopefully, I hope so, that I'm not talking to myself. You want to change the tactics at home. You want to change many of the things that you didn't do in the past. Now, how are we going to do it? How are we going to do it? So now, the things that we're going to play a main role over here is how consistent we are and the time that it takes to the kids to understand and to register it and to see the old game is over. Now we have to deal with a new style of chinuch. The kids also have to adjust. Not only us, we have to adjust, right? Now we have both parties have to go through adjustments. And they see that they have to accept the new rules of the house. So now, depends who are the parents, yes, and who are the kids. And every small detail will change the whole, as we say, mahalach. The whole plan will change. Nevertheless, even though you don't see a change in the short run, the more consistent you'll be, standing on your 2 feet and looking at the child with a very loving eyes and saying to him, you have to follow the rules. He will try the old game, you know that. They'll jump up and down, I hate you, I don't like this house, boo. Usually when we hear this, we're losing our mind. So don't lose your mind. Don't lose your mind. Stay connected to your mind. And you stand there. You're not giving up. So slowly, slowly, the kids will follow. They'll see that the house changed. So how are we going to do it? Here we go. Not with force, not with the wind, not with storm, and not with screaming, not with noise, and no raging. What do you need? Quiet. You see how I talk? You see how I talk? Huh? That's how you talk to the child. I hear you. I know you don't like it. But mommy loves you. And you're not going to have this. Why are you smiling? Why are you smiling? You're so mean, right?
Exactly.
Okay. You say, it's a mitzvah to be happy. It's a mitzvah. We have to smile all the time. The child will lose his mind and say, how come, what is the change? Where is it coming from? The house will take a turn 180 degrees. When you talk softly, with confidence, with persistence, and consistency. But you still have to show love to the child. And the message is, because we love you, we say no. If we hate you, we're going to say yes. And we can't say yes, we have to say no. Because we care for you, 1 time, 2 times, 5 times, 10 times, until the child will register that the parents באמת care for him and they love him. So with the pleasant atmosphere, Ima is not screaming and raising her shoe, and you're not going to listen to me, I'm going to show you now. My question to you, can you do it?
Yes.
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 Yeah?
Yes. Yes.
Good. Now, when you see the changes, don't forget to call me up at least, after 2.5 years that I have no voice command left. At
God
least you
forbid.
could call me up and say, Rabbi Haimoff, it's working. It's working. Good for you. I'll tell you why, because for me it's very difficult because I'm the outside. So it's very hard for me to measure, and to see what is important in your house and what is important in that house, because each one has its own values, what is more important for them. So if you're asking me what should be the rules, I cannot do it because each one knows his own kids. Each one have his priority list. Hopefully by now you know what is the priority list, yes? And you will decide what is more important, what is less important. But things that you decided that is important for you, there you understand like I don't know what. Every home with its own character. Every parent with his own style. I don't know what you're doing. I have my style. You can have your style. And you are the only one that have to accept responsibility and to decide what is the foundation that you want your house to stand on. It's only you. I cannot do this for you. And to have a priority list, the husband and the wife have to come up with what is important. I cannot decide for you. This is for you to decide. But one thing, yes, to be consistent. This I can tell you. Because if you give instructions and the kids start to say, why are you telling me? Why didn't you tell him? I told you, no, follow the rules. This is so necessary. Something it's a necessity. And it's a basic in order to achieve discipline. If you're telling the child, please, I'm asking you, please clean the table. It cannot be that the child will ignore you. Cannot be. I'll tell you what the calculation that we're doing. Now I have to fight and I'm going to ruin my mood now. I don't have koach for this. It's too late now. Anyway, they have to sleep. And the kids know that they caught you in the corner. You know what I will do? I'll tell you what I will do. The table will stay like this. Also tomorrow, right? Mommy is not going to clean it. And come the next day, Mommy, I'm hungry. I know I cooked for you, but yesterday I told Chaim to clean the table. He didn't clean. When the table will be clean, I'll serve. Unless you want to eat on the floor. What do you think will happen? What do you think will happen?
The table will get cleared.
By you standing on your words,
Hopefully, yeah.
you're not budging bichlal. You stand there, say, this table has to be cleaned. And you know who has to clean it. When the table will clean, I'll serve food. You think it will last long? Not at all. And next time when you tell Chaim you clean the table, he has already history. He knows what's going to happen already, right? Mommy means business. What happens if you come in with a demand from the child, okay? And when the child put pressure on you, you're giving up. So why did you say something? It's better to keep quiet. Don't ask anything. Because anyway, the child is not going to listen to you. Now you look like very weak. So I'm asking you again. You're tired, you're exhausted. You're asking your child to clean the table. You start to say, why me? Everybody ate. Why are you picking on me? Chaimke, sweetie, you have to clean the table. I don't want to. Okay. Okay. But you have to. Why do I have to? Because I'm your mother and you have to respect me. That's what Hashem said. So follow the instruction, clean the table. In a very nice way. I don't want to. Okay. 7:30. You're going to sleep. Okay. The table will stay like this. Chaim, in his mind, he says, I know my mother. She cannot take this. She'll clean on her own already. That's it. I'm free. When he'll wake up in the morning and he see the table is still there, ooh, what? He said, my mother changed. She didn't clean it. Wow. He was already going to school. What's going on? Coming back from school, the table is still like this. And imagine the cleaning lady came, cleaned the whole house, and Ima told her, don't touch the table. Can you do it? Huh? Hello?
No, Rabbi, they cannot do, Rabbi. They cannot. They're going to say,
No, Rabbi.
leave example, no.
You cannot do it?
Rabbi, you're pushing it.
I'm pushing.
Rabbi, they say Igal get more punished than the kids. He's in school, he's not gonna see the dirty table. We have to tolerate like the entire day.
So what?
I'm being punished, not the kid.
It's worth it to invest 1 or 2 days of balagan than to have a child in the future. It's going to be a mess. That's what you want?
But what if they don't care?
What do you mean don't care?
It's not only that. It's not only that. The husband also has to be on the same page with the
That's for
mother.
sure.
You know,
Listen,
if the father says, "Go, that's it, clean up the table, finished." You know.
okay. The father can be a cheerleader. He'll tell the child, Ima is not going to give up, Habibi. My advice to you, on the double, you have to clean.
But what if the husband says, why the house is a mess? Why the table is not clean?
So if you live if you live in Great Neck, you're very close to LIJ. Kol Hatzala, they should take him there.
Yeah, not every husband and wife are in the same page. Like, then what's the solution?
So what do you want from your kids?
You're right. It's a problem. Yeah.
So don't complain.
Rabbi, can we ask them to do it together?
Chaim can do whatever he wants. Maybe he can ask the sister to help him, this to help him. You don't care. You stay out of it. The table has to be cleaned. Chaim is in charge. Now he can find, the siblings to help him if they want to. But you already gave the instructions. Oh.
How about if you don't clean it, you're not going to go on a play date?
No.
No?
Don't stand there if I'm going to count until 3. Right? Sounds familiar? Yeah. I'm going to count until 3. And Chaim's starting to laugh. Because he knows, even by 3, you're going to cave in. So he must say, 1, 2, he's not even moving this Chaim. So he must say, now changing tactics. 2.5. Why it became 2.5 all of a sudden? This is weakness. You're showing the child signs of weakness, he'll capitalize it. Well, what do you think will be the reaction tomorrow when the kid's coming back from school and the table is still the same way like last night? What do you think is on their mind now?
Mum's serious. I better maybe do it. She's
What
upset.
happened to mommy?
Mhm.
She wasn't like that. Mommy started to mean business. Now they're getting off balance a little bit. Mommy, can we eat? Yes, you can. But Chaim have to clean the table. The food is ready. I did my job. Chaim is not doing his job. So if you guys want to eat, yeah, I'm in the kitchen waiting. When the table will be clean, I'll serve you food. Then you're calling your husband and says, Moshe, come. We're going to sit in the kitchen, eat.
Rabbi, can you start eating with your wife and others if Chaim does not want to clean, or do you wait till he cleans before everybody gets to eat?
No, you take your wife, go to the kitchen over there, sit and eat.
Okay.
And the kids, they see that you're eating. When you clean the table, I'll serve. I promise you. I'll sign you a paper. These kids, next time Ima said clean the table, why? Like the army is going to be.
Mhm.
They know. Don't start with Ima. I'll tell you what. The kids among themselves, they're going to talk. Where are they going to? Pithom they changing tactics. Now they're becoming clueless. They tried everything. I hate you. We love you. I hate this house. We love our house. You don't care for me. Oh, yes, we care for you. With a smile on your face, with a smile. So then the child comes, why are you smiling? Why are you smiling? You're so mean. So mean. And then you start to sing, Mitzvah gedola liyot besimcha, right? Mami besimcha. Why should I be sad? The kid will lose his mind. I promise you. My problem is not the kids. My problem is you, the parents. I can smell already the tension through the Zoom. I can feel it. How are we going to do it?
Orav, I'm so sorry.
Yes.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you. Somebody asked the question online. Can I read it to Rabbi?
Yeah, Bakasha, yes.
Just what if the other kids start cleaning? Do we let them continue or must insist that Chaim does it?
No kid should interrupt. Or you can do like that. Chaim, you're in charge tonight of cleaning the table. No. No, since Chaim is in charge, now he can start to handle with the siblings. You are in charge. What you want to do, I don't know. But at least we give him a source of responsibility. Let's see what is he going to do.
Cora, there's another question that's been asked online. What if the 4-year-old hits you?
What?
What if the 4-year-old child hits you?
Hits you.
Yeah, hits you. What do you do when they hit you?
You hold his hand very tight and say, we're going to take you to your room now until you come down, and then we will talk. A child raising hands on the parents. Who had something like that? And oy vavoy if you let that happen. You're not firm. You're not, okay, he's a child, he's a child. What is a child? If he raises hands on his ima, what's the big deal tomorrow to raise hands in school? And later on his wife as well. And the message is, we're not going to raise Reshaim in this house. You want to be a Rasha? Okay, Habibi, you're going to your room and you're staying there until you're doing tshuva. No hesitation. No klum. He will scream, he will yell. This is crossing all the boundaries. If you're taking that, so I don't know, Bilal, what to tell you. So now it all depends on your character. And I want to ask the ladies a question. When you want something very much, who can stand on your way?
Nobody.
Even Adam Arishon couldn't stand. If you were able to cave Adam Arishon up, so a child, where is your what happened if all your friends going in winter break to Florida and your husband says, I cannot go? Yeah. You're going to fold them to 8 pieces, put them in a suitcase, and you're going. You're not going, stay home. I'm going with my friend by myself. I don't need you. So things that are important for you, you're becoming like a bomb. All of a sudden, when it comes to your child, that is the main thing, So the priority list is upside down. Stubborn, we have to be in the chinuch. There. So the kids know we have a captain over here. We have a leader in this house. Somebody knows how to control the situation so everybody feel comfortable. Okay. Your house should come to a point that the kids know Abba or Imma said something. They know there is not even a ground to argue. First you do, and then we'll discuss why you don't like it. But first you have to follow the instructions. Do you understand until now what I'm saying?
Yes.
Good morning, America. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes, Rav.
Yes, Kod Rav.
No, I muted it.
Yes,
Yeah. Yes.
You think that you can implement it?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Very good. Very good. Oh, now I can go on. So now, one more thing. Store it in your mind. To implement discipline, it's a process. It's a long process. Even in the army, it's a process. Until the children start to recognize in the new laws that you're implementing and the changing of tactics, changing of a style, it takes time to the kids to register it.
Mhm.
So don't change your mind from day to day. You say, oh, whatever we heard in the class doesn't work. Maybe I'll try this. You're not trying anything.
Stick to one thing.
Stick to the anti-rabbiatic. One day it doesn't do any magic. You have to take, as long as the doctor told you to take it, take it. Then it can be by the 10th day, you're going to see the change. There is no quick fixes over here. Especially we coming from behind. If you're going to hear it when the child is in an infant, good for you. Then you know already what to do. But this is not our case. We already made many mistakes, right? So now we have to train the kids to a different style of chinuch now. Much more stricter according to them, yes. And now they're not going to be able to manipulate us anymore. It's not going to go just like that. It will take time. If you said asur, is not going to happen, no matter what, it's not going to happen. No matter how long time it takes, no matter how much the child will scream and shout and try everything.
Rabbi, can it be explained or it should not be explained? Why not?
First, you do what I'm telling you, then we'll talk. First, follow the instruction. Okay, what happened? Our kids are mixed up. One day we say no. The next day we say okay. So he said, why yesterday was okay? Why now it's not okay? So they're starting to think that the parents, even they're missing few screws over here, yeah, or they don't know what they're doing. What's the problem to be consistent? Why are we struggling with this? And let me tell you a secret. Some people, they're going to a lecture, they get inspired, they say, starting tomorrow, I'm coming every day to class. Usually, there are extraordinary cases. Usually, how long it will last, this consistency?
Excitement, Kevod Rav, excitement.
When the excitement will go to sleep?
3
Within a
days to
week?
1 week.
Within a week?
Within a week, Yosef told me one day he got it from home. And some people, you see them like a clock. Every day, no matter what they're there. I can tell you without being in the house, without knowing who is the parents, they did a very nice job. They taught this child to be consistent. Why? Because he saw parents, when they say one time no, all the time they say no. So he got already in the system. If I decided yes, it's all the way yes. If I decided no, it's all the way no. So the child, here we go. Once I had a child, ooh, wow, what a brain he had. He says, you know, my parents are a little bit kacha. So why? Friday night, I wore my new dress and the soup, you know, few dropped, fell on my new dress and it has a stain. I wanted to clean it and I wanted to put salt on top of it. My father jumped. He says, go change the dress. And now, okay, I went, I did. Tuesday, same thing happened. Same thing happened. And I wanted to clean my dress. My father didn't say one word. He said, okay. Aha. Very good. So now you're telling him, you see, I'm not implementing the rules. Hashem is implementing the rules. The Shabbat, if you want to do this, it calls laundry. in the middle of the week, you're allowed to do laundry, so do it. So you see, it's not my rules, it's Hashem's rules. What an opportunity. Saying to the kids, this house is running according to the Torah. Whatever we tell you, we implemented it ourselves also. What can they say? So you have to have a vision to the long run. Don't look at the short run. We all making the same mistake. Chinuch is a long run. Invest. And before you starting to implement in the house new rules, you have to take under the considerations all the possibilities that can happen when you sit with your spouse and you say, this is very important, yes. This is very important, yes. When you have a priority list and you say, we're going to back each other, it's very important to both of us. So first, the two engineers, the Abba and the Ima, have to sit down, yes, and to make a plan. What values we want to see in this house? When you have it, then you're coming to the kids, and Abba and Ima on the same page. No. It will go more or less very smooth. Because Abba will back Ima, Ima will back Abba. No. And the child see, it's a wall over here. That's what we need. And this is the best thing you can give your child. More than the food and the clothing and his own room and everything else. You think I remember the bed that I slept on by my parents' house? I don't remember.
You're right. We don't remember those things, right?
I don't remember even what my mother used to cook for
Yeah,
me.
we don't remember those.
I remember.
But we remember what happened at home. Yeah,
But all the things that she taught us,
we remember. Yeah.
this is, I cannot forget it.
Yeah.
The calmness, how she said, no, Kara. Only says, I can give it to you. Cannot. This until now, when I talked to her, I said, Ima, you didn't take any courses, I'm talking already for 2.5 years. I don't have vocal cords anymore. And I'm trying to implement, are you born like that or no? He says, I don't know. But that's what I saw by my parents. My father, Tamid Chacham, never screamed, never yelled. Everything was done. I knew no is no, yes is yes, and then finished now.
Rabbi, your mother worked or she was at home? She was at home? Mm.
My father didn't want her to work.
Oh,
He always said, my kids are more important than anything else. When the kids will come home, you should be by the door to accept them.
כל הכבוד.
Baruch Hashem, I was the lucky one. So now, let me give you advice. Don't implement rules now that you know yourself that you cannot stand by them. So we're going to defeat the purpose. Choose few things that you can stand by it, and when you see that you're gaining ground, then you add more into the pot. So because now you have to change yourself. Your parents did not build you strong enough. So now you are in the midst of a war, and you have to build yourself in the war. So we go slowly, slowly. So you know your character. If you jump on everything in one shot, I'm not so sure that you're able to keep it. Maybe you pick 4 or 5 things that you really want to implement and say, on this, the world will come down. I'm not going to change my mind. Good. Good. Because the kids has to start to feel there is a game change over here. So now, I spoke about it many times. I want to say it again and again and again. It's very important, extremely important, that the parents will be the role model for the kids. If the parents themselves are not disciplined, you cannot ask from your child anything. It's not going to work. When you learn a Gemara, there is 2 very important words. There is Tashema and Tachazeh. Tashema is come and listen. Tachazeh, come and look. We want to say to the kids, Tashema, you have to listen. But the kid says, Tachazeh, let me see what you're doing. Okay, let me see what the parents are doing, then we'll follow. Abba promised something to the child. You have to fulfill the promise. I don't care what's going to happen. You said yes, stick to your words. Either it's chocolate, or it's an ice cream, or a game, or I don't know what you promised this child. You say to the child, yes, I promise, let's go. I'll buy it for you. Such a chinuch to the child. He said, my father said, he delivered. So when he will grow up, that's what he have in mind. My father always used to say something, bingo. Now, imagine you coming back from the yeshiva every day. He's saying to his wife, I'll be home 6 o'clock. No 6 o'clock, bichlal. He's coming 6:30, 6:45. No 6 o'clock. And the child listening to Iman jumping on Abba, he said, So why are you telling me 6 o'clock? Where is your responsibility? Why are you not disciplined? Tell me 6:30, I know. And the child hear this. And then Abba comes and says, I want to see you in shul on time. באמת. Are you kidding? Or are you serious? So you kids will not even consider your words. Who are you to talk? Yes, you are Abba, but a very bad role model. Why should we take it? So now let me tell you something. Many times the kids don't want to listen to us because they see that we also not doing it. So they will resist with full force. Why are you telling us to do it? Because we're small? Sometimes I see that many kids married already, talking to the parents with disrespect. And you have audience, you have your kids. What do you think they will learn? To disrespect you. Meaning it's not important to respect the parents. What my parents talk all day long at home, respect the parents, respect the parents, respect the parents. Look what are they doing? If you want to teach a child life, a way of life, that the goal is to bring the child to a point, discipline from inside already. You don't have to tell him. He's disciplined inside. It's coming automatically to him. He knows what yes and what no. So the parents have to show them the way. So parents which are scruffy and negligent, they're going to raise and they're going to give a chinuch to a child that's going to be the same thing like them. Negligent and careless. So I'm calling all the parents over here to shape up, stick to your words. Don't worry. By sticking to your words, you're very good parents. And you're not mean. And you don't hate your child. When you cave in, you don't like it. You don't like your child. Consistent, firm, smile, low voice. Don't show any that you tense or confidence. You're going to change the game. I really want to wish you that you're going to be successful.
Amen, Rav.
Once and for all.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you, Rav. Amen. Thank you so much, Rav.
I'll see you tomorrow night in Mitzvah Hashem.
Thank you.
Good to see
Thank
you
you.
guys.
Thank you so much.
Tomorrow
see
night,
you,
6
Rabbi.
o'clock in Mitzvah Hashem. Tomorrow night.
Good night,
Thank you,
everyone.
Rabbi.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Take
Bye.
care.
Bye-bye.